when Mr. Hamel announced that henceforth no longer French language will be taught in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine, Franz realized why the villagers were present in the classroom. They were in the classroom in order to convey their honor, in order to show their thankfulness towards Mr. Hamel for his 40 years service in that school. Moreover, now he realized why Mr. Hamel had put on his fine Sunday clothes. Simultaneously, Franz was regretting for not being serious in his studies. The last lesson continues. Mr. Hamel called the name of Franz and asked him about the participles. Since Franz did not know anything about the participles, he stood there silently looking downwards. He was stuck up in his words. He could not utter anything. He could not speak anything just because he did not know anything. So here the reaction of Mr. Hamel is very surprising. He did not scold Franz. He did not say anything to Franz, but he confessed two things. He says that, Franz, little Franz, it is not your mistake, it is not your error, it's the mistake of the people of Lorraine and Alsace. Because people are accustomed to procrastinate the learning activities till tomorrow. That means whatever the activities of learning, they will say, we will do it tomorrow. So this is the habit of the people of Alsace and Lorraine. Then after, he confessed, or he held himself responsible. He says that, Franz, it's because he had given him additional task apart from the school or apart from the learning activities. While in the school, he would engage Franz in additional activities such as watering the plants of the garden. So Franz was not able to attend the lecture in the classroom, as a result of which he missed the class, as a result of which he was not able to give the answer today. It's because whenever Mr. Hamel did not want to teach, he would declare a holy day. In this way, the lecture was missed. In this way, the students missed the class, due to which Franz was not able to give the answer today. Mr. Hamel continues his lesson. He tells them about French language. He says that French language is the most beautiful language in the world. According to Mr. Hamel, French language is the most beautiful language in the world. Now you would ask me how a language can be beautiful. You would say how this is possible, how a language can be considered beautiful. In a literal way, it's not beautiful. But here are some qualities of the language, such as expressiveness, brevity, lucidity, flexibility, clarity. All these characteristics makes a language beautiful. Then Mr. Hamel says that it is the clearest language, it is the logical language, and it is the beautiful language. So we have to guard them. We have to protect them. Now, what mean to protect a language? Protecting a language, that simply means to communicate in that language, to use that language so that it may not diminish, so that it may not lose its significance. So Mr. Hamill appeals them to use French language. Then another important statement that is made by Mr. Hamill is this, that language is the key to open the prison gates. Until we are stick to our mother tongue, until we are stick to our language, it is as if we have the keys to open the doors of prison. This statement is very deep and profound. By speaking our own language, by communicating in our own mother tongue, we can have the unity. When Mr. Hamill said that language is the key to open the doors of prison, let me explain this statement. This statement is very profound and deep. When a nation is enslaved, the people, if they speak in their own mother tongue, if they speak in their own language, they will have better understanding. They will have better bonding between them. They will have a kind of connectivity between them. They will have unity among them. Now, where there is unity, by the strength of unity, we can achieve freedom. This is the elaboration of this statement. Whenever any nation is enslaved, if they use their language, they can bring unity among themselves. In this way, they can achieve the freedom. Then they had lesson in grammar and writing. All the students, they were engaged in their work. Meanwhile, Franz heard the cooing sound of pigeons coming from the rooftop. At that moment, a question came into his mind, that if they would make these pigeons to sing in German language, or will they make these pigeons to sing in German language? Now let's see the significance of this statement. There are two ways to learn a language. One is the natural way. The another is the artificial way. The pigeons, or the youngsters of the pigeons, they learn their language naturally. So, the children or the students of the region Alsace and Lorraine, they can learn their own mother tongue naturally from their parents, from their family members, from their relatives, from their friends. So in this way they can acquire the knowledge about their own language. Even in fact, the German powers can put ban indeed on the schools, that no longer French language will be taught in the schools, but a student or children can learn their mother tongue naturally in their homes, from their parents, from their relatives, from their family members, from their friends. So this is the significance of this statement. All the while, Mr. Hamill, who was sitting on the chair, he was gazing at one thing and the other, as if he wanted to capture everything that he could see. It was really a heartbreaking and wrenching experience for Mr. Hamill. He had to leave the school where he spent almost 40 years of his life. a big span of his life. It was really a very sad experience for Mr. Hamill. Now after that, the students, they chanted some rhymes. Everyone who were present in the class, including the villagers, the students, and Mr. Hamill, they were emotionally overwhelmed. All at once, the church clock struck 12. Simultaneously, they heard the trumpet sound of the Prussian army who were returning from the drill, and this signifies the dismissal of their last class. Mr. Hamill stood up from his seat as if he wanted to say something, but he could not speak. Something choked him. He could not speak, or he could not utter. Then he took a piece of chalk and, bearing all his strength, he wrote as large as he could on the blackboard, "Vive la France," which means France, long live, or long live France. And then, leaning his head against the wall, he made a gesture using his hand. That was a sign that their last class is ended. Now they may go. This is how their last class was dismissed. Their last class was ended.